And so, as per usual, the first thing in the meditation is getting yourself set up, making sure there aren't going to be things that beep or vibrate that will distract you. Really giving yourself permission to just meditate for the next half hour. And as you get set up in your meditation posture, find that balance between being relaxed and alert. So sitting upright will help with alertness, making sure you maintain some clarity and brightness in the mind. And then allowing the whole body to relax. And here, see if you can really give yourself permission to relax. This can be actually quite tricky. We spend so much of the time in a non-relaxed state. So the first minutes of the practice are often about just settling, relaxing, and decompressing. So I'm going to offer some instructions in this guided session. You are always welcome to do your own thing or make adjustments. I'll provide a few different options for what we do as well, to help you find something that feels right for today. And basically with meditation, we want a sense of appropriate challenge. It's not so hard that we feel like we can't even begin to do the practice, but also not so easy that we aren't exploring new territory. And along with this, we want a sense of balanced effort. And this could be thought of as practicing patiently and diligently, coming back to your intention, but without any attachment to the outcome. And so now for the first part of this practice, I'll invite you to observe the sensations of the breath. And my suggestion for today is to observe the breath at the belly, at the abdomen. So if this is comfortable for you, then you're observing the rise and fall of the abdomen. You can also observe the breath somewhere else, at the nose, throughout the body. You're also welcome to use a different meditation object. Anything that you can stabilize your attention on. So if you are observing the breath at the belly, you can make the breath a little deeper, kind of accentuate that rise and fall of the abdomen. So on the inhale, the diaphragm moves downwards and the belly expands. And on the exhale, the diaphragm rises and the belly returns back to a neutral position. And see if you can bring a mindful, affectionate curiosity, being interested in those sensations. You can help to look for the sensations at the very beginning of the inhale, the very beginning of the exhale. Notice where exactly you feel those sensations. Notice the moment the sensations change. We'll stay with this for a few more minutes. Allow the body to relax. Allow the mind to settle. Notice the soothing quality of the breath at the belly. Anytime that you notice attention has moved away from your meditation object, and try to just appreciate that moment of noticing as a moment of awareness. And then gently bring your attention back. And notice that each time you come back, you can settle in a bit more. You can go a little deeper into relaxation. Good. So I'm going to guide now an insight meditation practice that is called dot to dot. And it's kind of like children's books where, well, children or adults, but where you have dots on a page, you draw a line between them, and the picture is revealed. But the difference here is we're going to look for the different sensations and the gaps between them. we might notice how the mind fills in the gaps at times. So I'm going to guide us through noticing a whole range of different sensations, experiences. Just do your best to observe whatever is happening in your experience with clarity and precision. And so the first thing I want you to notice is the sounds that you can hear. Notice the sounds of your environment. And say that you can hear the sounds of other people or the sounds of cars, traffic. Whatever it is that you're noticing, see if you can notice the gaps between the sounds. So some sounds are fairly continuous, but a lot of sounds have gaps between. The sound arises, continues, and passes away, and then there's a gap. Then a sound might come back or be replaced by something different. You might notice how sounds like talking or a noise that someone's making actually has a lot of space within it. Gaps between words, pauses, spaces. And then I'll invite you to observe the sensations of the body. Bring your attention to your hands, or one hand, and notice the individual sensations you can feel, or as close to the small, fine-grained sensations. You might notice some places where the hand feels warm or cool, where there's pressure or texture, where something is resting on the hand or the hand is resting on something. And see if you can notice those sensations intimately, carefully. Noticing where those sensations are, how big they are, whether they're changing or moving. And then do a quick survey of the whole hand, noticing as many different sensations as you can. Perhaps in each finger, thumb, palm, back of the hand, wrist. And then bring to mind the image of a hand, the image of your own hand. Just notice whether the sensations you can feel match up with the shape and the size of the image. Just see, is there a 1-to-1 ratio there? Do the sensations equal the same thing as the image? And then I'll invite you to notice across the whole body. Notice if there are sensations that are pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. So you might even like to just pick one of these to start. Are there pleasant sensations anywhere in the body? And when you notice those pleasant sensations, see if they are consistently pleasant. See if there's any change, any shifting, any gaps. It might even be easier to do this with unpleasant sensation. If you can track unpleasant sensation in the body, you might find that it's not always consistent. It comes in waves, or maybe even has holes in it. Spaces around the sensation that are not that unpleasant.